And here is, you know how I told you in the beginning? This, I believe, is Ronald Singer and Irwin Singer and Jasmine, of course. And these are the nephews of Isaac Bashevis Singer.
And this is his book, by the way.
Isaac Bashevis Singer.
The Collected Stories.
Now, we would like to ask some questions of the nephews. First, Ron.
Yes.
What is your profession?
I
guess
You can guess.
some type of doctor.
That's right. I'm a doctor of chiropractic.
Sounds interesting. Do you have any tools that might explain?
Well, actually, my tools are my hand.
Oh, yes.
It's true. See, chiropractic comes from two ancient Greek words that mean to do with the hands. So these are really my tools.
Yes.
I use these other tools too
How many
occasionally.
years have you been actually having your own office? Because before you told us you did.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm just beginning a practice now.
How interesting. In what area?
You mean what area of the country? In Virginia, in Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, maybe you can work on my back.
Well, that'd be a pleasure.
Now Jasmine will ask Irwin some questions.
Yes, well, actually, I have some questions for both of you. Well, to start off, when you were younger, in school or anywhere, were you treated different if people knew that you were the nephews of Isaac Bashevis Singer?
Well,
you start off, bro.
Well, there was one teacher when I told her that I was Isaac's nephew, who was really very excited about that, and she did treat me with a certain amount of special affection, and
Yes.
she really liked Uncle Isaac's works.
I had just about the opposite experience. I told my English teacher that I was Isaac Bashevis Singer's nephew, and she says, "Why do you write like such a schmendrick?"
Oh, that's very funny. When you were younger, did you see a lot of Mr. Singer? I mean, did he come over to your house often, or since he was so popular, did he sort of stay away?
Well, actually, the time we saw him most, he used to hang out at a cafeteria in New York City. And we used to go down there and see him. He'd sit around and listen to the old people from the old country talk. And those are my fondest memories, seeing him at the cafeteria.
But I remember a lot, he used to like to be in bed and sleep and dream a lot. He said he used to really get a lot of nice stuff from dreaming, so we used to see him, visit him in bed.
Well, what
He
was...
didn't actually, he didn't talk too much.
Well, what was he like up in person? Was he very friendly like he looked like? Or was he sort of strict or harsh?
Yes, he was rather stern.
He was stern,
Yeah.
but below the surface, he was kind of friendly. Here's a picture of him. I think you all might like to see this.
I see the resemblance.
You can see.
It is
the
very...
Elderstock.
It's tremendous.
The Elderstock, somewhere in that area.
It's tremendous.
Yeah.
Especially
A
you.
man of great authority, too. Really a man who knew an awful lot about what's happening outside of the real world that we're used to.
Now, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
So you don't have any children?
No, that's not quite true. I have 2 girls, 2 daughters.
So you're divorced?
That's right, I'm divorced.
Oh,
And
pleasant.
are you married?
Yes, I am married. I have 2 lovely children. One who's a son who's a cameraman, and a daughter who does a lot of things, everything from athletic events to commentaries on television. You might have seen her. Her name is Pia Singer.
Oh, yeah, I believe I've heard of her on the news before. I think you should tell us a little about your very interesting daughters, like Mr.
Indeed. Yes, Zoe's my eldest, and she's 13 and a half. And she's quite an intelligent girl and likes athletics very much. Very good looking. Is a wonderful acrobatist and ballet dancer, and jazz too. She's having a little problem now deciding whether to take algebra in the 9th grade, but we're sure that she's going to pull through it. Ariel, on the other hand, has just turned 10, and what did you say? And she's of a different sort. She's a little more retired, a little less exhibitionist, and a little bit more inward, and so she has more resources of her own in that way. She's very sweet girl, has a great deal of talent in acting, and I think that someday that she very well may take a career in that.
Does she dance?
She enjoys dancing, and particularly ballet.
Okay. Does she do acrobatics like her sister?
Absolutely, she's very good at that.
Okay. Is she ugly or, I don't know.
She's a beautiful soul.
Do the sisters look alike?
They have strong family resemblance.
Oh, that's
yes.
enough of them now. Okay,
No.
let's go to you, Pi. You can ask.
Well, I have a question that's been on my mind for quite a while. Did you two attend the ceremony when your uncle received his Nobel Prize for his literature?
No,
I
I'm
wasn't
afraid.
able to make it to Stockholm that summer.
It was a bit too far away, especially since was it held in Stockholm?
In Stockholm.
Yeah, I thought it was in Oslo.
Maybe it was
No, but I was
Actually.
I was very impressed by what I'd heard about. It was a wonderful ceremony, and I would have been honored to attend. But he did mention. Would you like me to talk to you? He did mention that he was very proud of the family he had during his Nobel Prize acceptance speech, and how much support he's gotten and love and attention from his family.
Well, another question for either of you. Has anyone in your family carried on the tradition of writing? And also, do you know if there's like any relatives before him that were writers? Authors? Poets?
Well, I've carried on the tradition, but I wouldn't brag about it.
I'm sure
Most
you
of our
would.
family tends to be more oral rather than written
word.
Yeah.
However, we have one of the relatives in the family several in fact, who've carried on another tradition that Uncle Isaac began later in life, interestingly enough. He was well into his later 50s when he decided for ethical and moral reasons to become a vegetarian. And so some of his children and their children have also taken up that same tradition.
Well, that sounds
He
very
said
healthy.
at that time that animals are my friend and I don't eat my friends.
Are you trying to make everyone feel guilty for eating meat?
Oh no. Do you eat meat?
No, I do not. I am a strict vegetarian.
No.
But I don't think it's exactly fair for you to pounce on the other people that do eat meat,
I
because
see.
certain meats are very good for you, like fish.
Well, I'm sure that's quite true.
Now slap your face at me.
In fact, I must
looks like
admit
time's
that
running up
one of
here.
the things that always bothered me is I seem to know fish more by their taste than any other characteristic.
Well, I think that we'll be seeing you off now. Well, we can talk now. Thank you very much for being on our show, and we
It's been a pleasure.
enjoyed.
Thank you.
We tremendously have gratitude to your Uncle Isaac.
And it looks like it's time up. We thank you once again for joining our show. Ronald.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Very nice. Take care out there.
Take care.
Hello, and welcome back to Just the Facts.
Yeah, you started out.
Yeah, but you did the
Cut.
question first.
Cut.
You're doing
Cut.
the question first and
Let's go back
starting
and
off.
start this right.